Is being trans a choice? Have you ever been up in the middle of the night thinking to yourself, were I supposed to turn out like this? I would go out on a limb and think most of us have gone through something like that, sitting there a bit too late at night and just thinking to yourself, were I supposed to be this way? Why am I this way? Why did I turn out trans? Being trans is a very complex thing. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You have the societal aspects, you have the emotional aspects, there's a bunch of things there. But it's all about changing your gender from what you were born as. And there's a lot of people in the world that don't accept trans people because their knowledge of biology, which frankly is lackluster, and it's kind of like a 6th grader's knowledge of math, but still. And conservatives love arguing that trans people are just making a choice to be quirky. A good friend asked me what I think about the concept if you become trans or if you're born trans, so I decided to look into it. And I found studies that show that there's a biological reason you're trans. And we're going to look into that today. Here you have the brain. It's a very advanced organ. It's the headquarters to your being. We are basically brains operating mechs. The brain is the pilot and the rest of your body is just the mech. Without the brain you would not be a person. The brain isn't grounded in how your body looks. Your brain has desires in how you want to be, right? I remember when I was really early into being trans and trying to explain how it is to be trans to other people. And here was my go-to example. Your brain has coded in itself a way it wants to be. For example, the gender you want to be perceived as. In my case, my brain was telling me that I wanted to be a woman, but my body did not match that. And when you have those two things, that disagreement between your brain and your body, it is easier to change your body than it is to change your brain, which is very complex and very hard, and we're not really good at that. So the best and most efficient way to treat someone with gender dysphoria is to give them HRT so they can transition. We all, at least I hope so, know that the brain develops differently in the different sexes, in male and female, right? So some scientists got really curious to figure out how the brain develops in individuals with gender dysphoria. And the results are really interesting. While looking around, I found a study that was conducted by the European Society of Endocrinology, or at least published by them, which was done on trans adolescents. That means people age group 10 to 19. So I decided to take a look at their brain activation patterns and compare it to people their age that were, like, not gender dysphoric. For those who don't know what endocrinology is, it is basically, simply said, the study of hormones. And if you go the legal route for getting HRT, you'll most likely meet an endocrinologist at one point. They used MRI machines to see the brain structure and activation patterns in people with gender dysphoria compared to people without gender dysphoria. And the MRI scans show that people with gender dysphoria, their brain activation patterns more closely resembled the gender they prefer being than the gender they were born as. For a trans femme, the brain activation patterns would more resemble the ones of a woman than the ones of a man. This is really cool, isn't it? This in practice proves that you don't choose to be trans. It's hard-coded into your brain. It's your biology. The act of transitioning is changing your body to be what your brain biologically desires it to be. So yeah, take a moment, think. Your brain more closely resembles the brain of the gender you prefer to be than the gender you were born as. It feels nice, doesn't it? So if you ever sat there wondering, am I really supposed to be a girl? Am I really supposed to be a guy? Yeah, you are. That's the way your brain is coded. It's just unlucky that your body didn't match it when you were born. But you are supposed to be the gender you want to be. Isn't this amazing? I don't know why it took me so long to find this piece of document. I should have looked for this a long time ago. It's a really cool fact, isn't it? You're supposed to be the gender you want to be. It isn't a fluke. You haven't done a mistake. If you're actually trans, it's correct with your brain. So when you ask yourself, will I ever be a girl? Will I ever be a guy? Your brain has already decided. There is science backing you now. If someone ever pulls out the argument of biology or it being unnatural, this is a natural occurring element. It is biology. There'll probably still be bigots after that, but at least you will own them in the free marketplace of ideas. Let's say hypothetically, I have gender dysphoria. That means my brain is coded to be the gender I want to be. Fucking kill me. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video and learned something new that you can feel a bit better about yourself with. I've already recorded this video once, but I really didn't like the recording, so I tried again. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and a special thanks goes to my Buy Me a Coffee supporters. My new supporter Eve, Remelia Vixen, Victoria, Emily, and my divine supporter River. You all make this channel possible. Also a special shout out to Eve again, PC Malb, and Ellie for your generous donations. I really appreciate it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.